Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most anticipated brand new D&D 5th edition campaign on Twitch. Hi, finally we have been able to make it, and I welcome you to the Northern Winds, the official first episode. I hope you guys are excited, because I am. And again, I'm not sure if I'm more nervous or excited. I guess we'll figure out soon enough. But the things we should also be figuring out is the people that are with me. So I think it's tradition to introduce those poor souls right now. Here they are. How is everybody doing?
I'm baby.
Hi guys.
I missed you guys. It was so lonely with
I know.
just hearing Ace. It was fucking awkward.
We were muted.
I know.
Nobody can hear me.
Oh, I'm so low on the thing.
You're so low on the what?
Like it cuts off my bottom half of my face.
Your bottom is not important. Alright, but how is everybody doing? Are you guys excited?
Oh, so excited.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
This is like literally all I've been thinking about for like the past like week. Like honestly, every day. I went out and got the books like I'd say 3 or 4 days ago, and I've done nothing but go through them. And I still feel like I know nothing, but it's going to be a blast.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. All right.
No, it's going to be good.
Yeah, you guys are... All right, well, I suppose it's as is tradition in most shows on Twitch TV since the beginning of time, is we'll do some rounds. Introduce yourself, who you are, what you do here on Twitch. And I think we'll start with the new face, the unexpected face, the face that was not here before. How are you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, so I'm pretty much filling in for today, but I'm Iron Chef Bobby Flail. It's far too long to put on the name thing underneath because it's like 400 letters long. But I'm a variety caster. I stream pretty much every day, and I am like a D&D fanboy. I do nothing but watch D&D streams in my spare time, and I'm so excited to take part in this. So I'm looking forward to getting into this. I can't wait to roll, and I'm probably going to roll poorly, but it's going to be fun. So I can't wait.
Do not underestimate the dice. Never. Believe. It's like the
Believe
heart of
in
the
the
cards.
dice.
Yeah, it's like you have to believe in the heart of the dice, and then they will bend you over 9 out of 10 times. Talking about bending over for dice, Tangent, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome with my +3 total net attribute.
How do you like that segue? I'm pretty proud of that segue.
It's actually technically a +1 character if you count my negatives I got for my strength score. So
yeah, you know, strength is overrated.
Basically, I'm playing a slightly weaker version of you, average viewer out there. I am strictly average, except worse in one stat.
There you go.
It's worse.
It's the underdog, the relatable factor.
Trained calf. Other than that, he's perfectly normal. We'll see. It's going to be fun, though. He's going to get in before, like, crazy rolls. Regular guy does crazy good.
Yep, that's the plan.
Yep.
All right, and of course we have the wonderful Dan Paul from the Sourkoolaidshow. Good to have you, sir.
Thank you. It's good to be here. I'm really excited. My channel is like mostly a comedy channel, but we do a little D&D. I've got a lot of background in it. I'm really happy to be here and participate, be a player for once. So yeah.
Yeah, like I tend to be player mostly. So like we have switched roles, so it's going to either crash and burn or rise to the heavens. We'll see what happens first. And last, but definitely not least, we have this dude who's just doing things here. Hi.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
What's up, dude?
I didn't know. I forgot how to count. So I'm new to this whole D&D thing. I'm really excited because everybody's always like, oh my god, the best video, like the best game I've ever played is D&D. So I've always been like really excited to try it. And this is the group that's finally formed, and 3 weeks later is doing this show.
We don't talk about fail.
I'm excited. I'm Booby Dooby. I mod, I stream, I do stuff.
There you go. He does a lot of stuff. And for those who want to figure out
stuff.
Only after you buy me dinner, though.
No. It's
Okay,
just bust
fine.
up front, baby.
But
I thought we had something special here, okay? Anyway, if you want to check them out, if you want to check these individuals out, the Twitter should show up right there in the chat right now. You can click them. Go follow them. They're wonderful people. I highly encourage you to do so right now or perhaps later. But do it at some point. You won't be disappointed. So yeah. We're about to start our very first campaign. Are you guys ready? Like, are you like, do you need to grab a drink? Do you have your roll 20s open?
Good.
I think I'm ready. I'm good
My
to go.
drink's even got a straw.
I'm ready to roll some dice and imagine some
I got a
things.
big drink. I got some Halloween candy. Like, if I get hungry, I'm so ready.
There you
prepared.
go. And for those who are curious,
I've got some Bobby Flail to eat when I'm hungry.
Oh my goodness, that's for later.
Oh.
You don't need to roll
dessert.
for that though. That's a given.
Oh, God.
oh god, what have I begun?
I'm ready, though.
What have
I'm
we
ready
not yet
ASAP,
begun yet?
dude.
Anyway, for those who are wondering, we will be using roll 20 for the rolls and the grids if they do come to be, you know, with the pesky combat thingy. And beyond that, was there something else I wanted to say? I am so prepared. I am. So, are you guys ready to start? Because if that's the case, I think we'll just dive right in, balls deep, and hope for the best, but expect the worst. Alright? Alright, well in that case, ladies and gentlemen, if that is the case, allow me to paint you the mute button. Hold on. There you go. Allow me to paint you a picture, ladies and gentlemen. A picture of how it all began, or how it begins, depending on who you're asking. But let's first travel back in time, about, give or take, 4 years ago. 4 years ago, to the kingdom of Iran. It's a beautiful kingdom, an advanced, peaceful kingdom. It's a boring kingdom. For those who are instilled with the adventurous heart, that is, an opportunity can strike anyone, anywhere, and so it did. May it be either in the name of greatness or greed, the kingdom did sought out to expand itself to different continents and territories, as kingdoms mostly do. At which point we will take our attention up north to the edge of the continent and cross the waters until we are welcomed and greeted by these impressive highlandish cliffs telling us we are not welcome. Nature's wall, if you will. However, each wall can, and in most cases will, be breached, and with the occasional beach and grove and caverns, it wasn't all too difficult for the initial scouting party to find land and come on board, if you will. And this land looks like very typical Highlandish land. It's also dubbed the Northern Highlands, or for short, the Highlands. And it is breathtaking, don't get me wrong. It is absolutely breathtaking. Untouched by modern civilization. There is very little flat lands. It's primarily hills and mountain tops and mountainsides and foothills, very bumpy, if you will, with very rich soil, as presented by the thick and dense grasses acting like the earth's coat. An almost limitless supply of forestry that is hopefully only sheltering animal life that isn't too hostile, and of course the geographical architecture of this type of land lends itself often enough to stone, and if you know where and how to look, the occasional ore. However, we need a place to start a settlement, a nice defendable position, and if they look around, near the coastline, there is one where the cliffs generously lower themselves to sea level, like an open door almost, an invitation, only to be slightly obscured by the fact that it is connected to this beautiful, large, cliff-based peninsula, large enough to house hundreds and hundreds of people. Now, it took a while to get everything going though, but with such rich lands, the success rate for a good, lovely settlement was high, and so they did. Farmland was created outside of it, on top of the peninsula. Foundations were made, buildings were raised, and everything seemed to go absolutely wonderful until, in about the second year, something changed. The wildlife became more aggressive. Kobold raiding parties out of the blue, fighting for territorial purpose. It was a weird time with often a lot of casualties. However, the kingdom did provide new bodies that then were also fell in time. But the strangest thing of all was that during the nighttime, for people that just went out on a stroll to get some fresh air, they were taken, never to return, never to be found again. And in time, the kingdom, with these losses, signed off on this failed investment of a city and withdrew most of their guards and their people, stopped providing supplies, and those who are left behind, about 500-600 citizens that has taken foothold in the years, had to make it on their own. The exact details of what transpired are vague to many. Some say it's the gods intervening, some say it's the magical attributes known from the mayor herself. But whatever story may or may not be true, necessity bred tradition, and equilibrium was found in time, as long as you don't go out at night outside of the walls. This also brought to life the name of the city. As these events transpired, a name was founded to honor those and to honor these events that have shaped, not just gave birth to the city, but shaped the city of Amarok. Now, for those who don't know what Amarok is, perhaps it's better to never to find out. However, it is a beautiful city that found its equilibrium and did start to flourish. And with that became a pride. The citizens of this city became proud. Pride was instilled in their very veins to be able to hold ground against all odds and to flourish against whatever evil lurks outside these walls. It was a sudden change in hearts that you felt everywhere in the city. Now, in this city, there is a particular tavern known to hold previous adventures that once came before this town was known as a dead end in the kingdom of Iran itself, more literally taken by some than others. But this tavern, the Resting Storm, sometimes does hold unique creatures that seek adventure, fame, or fortune. And if we go into the tavern, we do see some of these individuals, especially if you take a look at the corner. There seems to be a hooded man fixing his light crossbow as he looks into who comes in and who comes out.
We good?
Yeah. You're good.
I'm hearing like sirens in the background.
Bobby, psst, Bobby. Go to settings, audio, and change it so it doesn't automatically adjust microphone.
What? Settings? What are you talking about?
Setting in Zoom.
In Zoom?
Yeah.
Always fun.
What's happening right now?
We're hearing, like, because you're not talking, it's just pulling any sounds that can grab.
Where's this settings to? I'm
Weird
sorry.
magical jargon is flying around at the wizard side of things. Apparently, it happens. There are magical creatures to be found in the city, However, the hooded man itself is not all that magical, perhaps, as he is still fixing his crossbow and still sipping off his drink.
My name is Irving Riley. For the longest time, I had even forgotten that it was my real name. I used to be somebody. You wouldn't know it, but I am a wanted man. Or at least I was. The last surviving member of the fabled Fabulous Five, a band of famous money liberators set to rob the rich and partially give to the poor. In the beginning, all we wanted was an honest day's pay and a belly full of wine and a woman or three in each of our respective beds. But soon Orion wanted more. Decided to become honest. This world needs us, he would tell us as we donned those masks. Had it in our heads that we were heroes, that our talents were going to waste. Maybe we all became heroes, but a tiger can't change his stripes. I'm a charlatan, a vagrant, a skulldugger, and a vagabond. A grinning wolf in sheep's fleece. I was the safecracker, and a foolish happenstance resulted in the unexpected and immediate death of all of my friends. A lethal trap. I've been on the run ever since, both from the law and from the ghosts of my past. My mask is all they chase. They won't find me if I just lay low. But this old dog wants more. But my ample luck seems to be running dry. I slipped up, you see. A particularly drunken night made my lips loosen just enough to give just enough of me away. I fled all night only to arrive here at the Resting Storm, a place where a few coppers promised all the ale and whoring you could want. But there will be little time for that, I imagine. Well, perhaps just one drink. Just enough time to don another mask.
And as the hooded man takes a sip of his drink, a strange fellow walks into the tavern armed with sword and shield, red-skinned and definitely not human-looking. As the red dragonborn enters the tavern.
I'm Kavashian Expraxius Brush, fourth order of the Blacktail Forktongue. I'm twin-born hatchling of the great betrayer, who was my grandfather and the clan's second oathbreaker. My father was a third. My brother is Carvashion Meath Spark, who received the gift of magic from my mother. A red. Though I did not inherit it myself, my own name is a pun. Translated, it refers to the space of 6 breaths. My clan believes in 7 before action, hence the name Brash. I've always possessed a hot temper, and at times I believe my gift from the Reds an appreciation for strong dwarvish ale. So I take a moment to indulge and digress. Calverslin Tyranni's Tales was a collector of trinkets and trophies. He was a true dragon in that sense. A hoarder of twinkling things. A wanderer whose lack of wings did not inhibit his exploration. He got word of a clan far away, Reds, and set himself to the task of finding them and filling their heads with story. But this narrative was his own undoing. And though they were charmed by his grace and good manners, many remained unwon. He coupled with the smitten young desert flower, impregnating her and dooming the relationship. He coupled with her. And they journeyed back to their own clan, hoping for sympathy during their long trek across the waste. Beneath the beating sun and cracked earth, his darling, our grandmother, died, but not before charging him with the offspring. My grandfather carried the egg home under sun and storm He sought mercy among the elders and the privilege of raising his youth. But the clan prohibits such sympathies, and he was bled out the long death, the leech's leisure, as was custom, of punishing the life of a betrayer. They did not smash the egg, and instead gave it to the bards, hoping for a dragon song. Hoping to raise a youth with luck. Well, that was our father, Calvashlian Finis Fizzle. A direct observation of his inability to harness the magic clearly within him as he struggled to apply it. Yet he had our grandfather's charm and convinced another to accompany him on a fool's errand to find the Red Dragon clan our grandfather encountered and clear his father's name. They never found this clan, but they settled in a desert city and began nesting. That city feared Dragonborn and attacked them. They killed my mother, and our father found himself poetically returning to his clan with an egg under his arm and pain in his heart. He returned home to see us born. When two are born of the same egg, it is expected one will kill the other. I did not kill my brother, and when anyone drew near, I shielded him with my wings, which have since shed themselves from my shoulders, and belching fire and spark before they agreed to let the two of us live. Our father tried to teach me the way of magic, but I had nothing to learn, unlike my brother, but much more magic in him than I have seen in many a young Dragonborn. So much that he killed our father. Accidentally, of course, and it's with heavy heart that I report our banishment. But we believe in clan. We believe in each other, and in strength, and in goodness. He is still grieving this day. He's in his way, in me and my own. Another ale will do me some good. And I am his protector. He is my savior. We are two in the same. We are one blood, one egg, one will. But we are two halves of the same soul. And so my second drink I order in his name.
Wow. Dan Paul, could you boost yourself just a wee bit? Just a wee bit.
Yes, sir.
Alright. And as the Dragonborn enters, he is not the only unique character around, as there are plenty souls that look vastly different, and some definitely not prone to social interaction.
I am Squall. It's been too many years since the plains have touched me, and I have traveled for decades now, trying to find, well,
Did that happen on my end or no on everybody's end?
I think it's his end.
Yeah, I think it's his end.
that's my reason.
Such unique characters apparently are unable to speak well on this plane as of yet. Unfortunate. And strange, but there are plenty of common folk around as well.
What happened? Did my audio go out?
Yeah, your webcam is frozen and...
Hello?
Oh,
And suddenly
I
everybody,
think it's back.
You look like you're asleep on the stream.
everybody flipped out.
Well,
Okay,
think
everybody
he's
is a
here.
different character
Is it
now,
dead?
so everybody's a different character
Is
now.
this working? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. All right. Anyway, like let's reboot. Like
Oh my fucking god.
it seems that there seems to be some trouble with your webcam. I do not know why.
My
How-
webcam looks fine on my screen.
Am I just seeing the stutter and such, guys?
I don't. Yeah, I see a little bit. I think we're jumping around on this stream too, changing position.
Yeah, that's because Bewby had to reboot his.
Oh, that's right.
camera.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
I got
in
you.
my
I am Zabraxis. Character.
Good.
I'm so just mad that your guys' voices are so fucking good.
Yeah, it is impressive. However, uniqueness does not, however, define greatness, as we can definitely see an elder dwarven man drinking
That's just
from his mead.
oh right.
I'm Davrick, known to have a drink in my hand, that's for sure, but I'm from the nearby mountain, and I left home just a few short weeks ago in search of the people who have slain my family. You see, I'm a jeweler by trade. I put fancy jewels into swords and armor. It's pretty simple. You see, basically, I'm just looking for the people who have killed my clan. I've been sent out from the leader to basically find what's going on, and I'm here drinking my sorrows away. I think it's early in the day, and even though it's early, I'm still drinking, and we'll see what happens.
All right. So these four mysterious characters with their own purpose are currently gathered in this tavern. And this tavern is currently, it is pretty empty. It is early in either the afternoon, late morning, let's say about 11 a.m. It's chilly, the fire is going. And there is some conversation as an older gentleman walks in and he looks noble-ish, which is strange because there are not many noblemen to be found in this city. Many noblemen, they like to buy fancy places in the kingdom, and this is far from a fancy place, but nonetheless the noble-looking gentleman comes in and he looks around as he walks up to the bar and buys a drink, and conversation starts. And perhaps if Irving and Davrick would like to roll a perception check, I think that would be swell.
Okay. Now, where is this to? Now we're getting into the actual mechanical bits. Where's the perception?
On your skills
exactly?
page. If you go to the
Skills?
skill
Okay.
page and then click on the perception button.
Oh, I got it. Okay, I got you. And here we go.
Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect. And Irving, you as well, if you are able. 11.
Yep.
You can definitely hear that there is interesting conversation going on, but for some reason, may it be the outside noise of horses and carts moving around, you can't clearly make up what is exactly said. However, Tangent, you do see that there is money involved. A generous amount of money.
Between what do these people look like?
The older gentleman is wearing typical let's see, yeah, how do you call that? Posh cloth. He's wearing a bit of rope. There's a he has like these fancy gold threaded pieces on his arms as well. It's primarily clothy, and he looks with a certain disgust over the place. And he clearly wants something and he's willing to pay for it. And as he looks around and he actually holds up.
Oh God, Bobby! Fix your shit!
What's happening? Like, I haven't changed anything. I don't know what is something happening? Like,
So when you don't, it's like Skype. So when you don't talk,
yeah.
the application is just zooming in on any sound it can find. And
Okay, well,
that's why you got to turn off.
Like, okay, so
Automatically adjust microphone.
Where is this in audio
So hit
options?
Settings, audio options, and it's beneath volume of mic.
Okay. Where is the settings to? I know this is a really stupid question. But
Bottom left.
Yeah. Okay. Down by I see the mute button, stop video. I've never used Zoom before, so.
It should be settings right next to that.
I see mute, stop video, invite participants.
Yeah.
Are you in like the big? Are you in the big mode?
Yeah.
Go up to the top right and hit the little like
Gallery.
squares.
Yep.
So it turns it into a grid, and then bottom left. It should be there now.
All right.
It's still just.
Fuck me, I don't know what to tell you.
Just figure out the settings.
I apologize, guys.
Yeah, we'll just figure out the settings in the meantime. We do apologize for the technical difficulties. It's always a bit rough on the first time. However, the gentleman...
We'll get this fixed.
Yeah, the gentleman with the coin pouch filled with what appears to be coin at the very least, looks now through the tavern as he puts down the coin on the bar itself, and he takes a pose and says, "I'm looking for help, and I'm willing to pay good money. Is anyone in this establishment willing?" And he looks around. He looks at the Dragonborn with sword and shield to see if a reaction, as that seems to be the only possible swordsman in his vision. He looks around to the other individuals he can see. Some other common men. They just keep on drinking. And he takes a look at the barman. Perhaps you can direct me to people who are actually willing to work for some good coin. And conversation starts up as Squall, hopefully. Are you still back, mate? Still here?
I'm here. I'm just trying to get my fucking shit up after that drop. Like nothing's.
All right.
Like I don't have chat. I don't have anything.
All right.
That's why I'm. Hold on.
All right.
I still want to figure out how to fix this.
So right now,
I'd like to approach him. I'll approach him.
you'll approach him. All right. He doesn't know you're approaching because he's beginning to talk to the barman again, as he is searching for good men.
I'm gonna slam my fist down at the bar.
And
Irving watches this transpire, striking a on-surface match, the fragrant fumes
Slam my fist
smoke
down.
billowing into the air as he lights up a cheap-looking pipe, settling beneath his cowl, watching as the rather large reptilian humanoid approaches. Well-dressed noble.
I like a lot of ale. And you, sir. What will you have?
He looks visible confused at you because you don't look human, and your the Dragonborns are not. They have been there have been tales of them, but they have never really been a very common race. And he looks confused at you, and he says, as he composes himself, "I am looking for good men, as I need something taken care of."
Fine.
Sorry, I do not speak your dialect. I am sorry.
Look at me in the eyes.
Oh, Machine gunning.
Are you alright, sir? Do we need to give you some help? You don't sound all that healthy.
While this is going on, Squall walks up to the opposite side of this gentleman and takes a seat, bumping his shoulder into him on accident. Not quite meaning to. And he just lifts his hand in an apologetic gesture and goes, "Help? What do you need help with?"
And he looks, there's this lizard figure to his right, and to his left, there now stands what appears to be a human with air around him.
Just billowing, my clothes are billowing because of the air just blowing past me.
And he is kind of getting intimidated right now. This is... I'm looking for men to help me out, take care of some business. Are you two offering?
Men have too many feelings.
I take
What are
that.
we helping with?
Ah, yes, perhaps. Excuse my generosity. Excuse me. I should have introduced myself to begin with. Allow us to take a seat at the table, and first round is on me. As he gestures the two of you to the table. There's a table right next to you, just like a few passes away. And he does give a generous tip, as well as, of course, the price of ale to the barman. And he is not afraid to show that he is loaded. It doesn't take a lot to figure out that he has a lot of coin. As he then walks over to the tables and takes his seat and gestures for the two of you to do the same.
I follow him.
Take a seat. Yeah, I'll take a seat.
And take a seat.
All right. I'm assuming who sits? Do you guys sit next to him or in front of him?
I'd sit across from him.
All right.
I'll sit right beside him.
Oh, and he is
I'm
clearly
just looking at him right in the eyes, trying to judge him as a person.
judge him. He is definitely a little bit put off by this dragonborn, but you know he is taking it in stride. But he does clearly pay more attention to Squall with good reason. The name is Logan. Logan Silverhand. And it's time for me to return home, where I belong. This is not a place for my type of interests, if you will. However, it seems that my home, my house, my humble abode has been taken hostage of sorts. And I'm looking for good men to help me clean up and take care of whatever is haunting my home, if you will. However,
Well, there's your problem right there, my friend. You're looking for good men.
as he takes a look he takes a look of where the sound is coming from, and are you walking up to him, Irving, or?
Now, Irving is still sitting there by himself, his glass drained down to a syrupy distillation at the bottom. The thin wisps of a blonde mustache illuminating from the coals within his pipe. Good men are not what you're looking for, my friend. You're looking for real men. Men who will get the job done. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. And you do like a lad who likes some good coin. I'm assuming you all like good coin?
As much as the next. Irving stands up and kicks the stool he's sitting at back underneath his chair, under the table rather, and begins to step over towards the table, righting himself. He's been having a few drinks this night as it stands. The clatter of his rapier at his side, giving cadence as he approaches the final empty chair around the table, and invites himself to have a seat.
And he nods.
Changes. Squall changes his positioning to accommodate for the upcoming guy, adjusts his hatchet on his side, and now looking at at this rogue in his drunken ways as he falls into his seat.
And indeed,
And he makes a. Go ahead.
as he drops into his chair, the fragrant fermentation of the alcoholic aura surrounding him, made evidenced by the wind surrounding Squall, causing his odor to cast through the party as they sit.
All right, and he does nod, as he now feels a lot more comfortable as there's another human on the table. Right. As it seems, as I was saying, my house has been haunted, and I don't mean that figuratively. There is an actual being in my house that prevents me from taking my own belongings. I just want what is rightfully mine once again, so I can take my things and leave back to my actual home, not this vapid vacation destination. Tell you what, you look like you know how to handle yourself in delicate situations, as I am unable to take care of this personally. I'll give you 100 gold amongst yourselves if you take care of this for me. Give me my stuff, and let it be that. Does this sound interesting to you? And he does look like
Squall grunts. Squall grunts.
Well, perhaps
You-
for a simple common man such as myself, I might be satisfied, but looks like I'm in the company of greater beings with finer tastes. 100 gold wouldn't even fix a dent in that big brute's armor there. Come now. That's fine for me, but what of my friends here? Irving says, shooting a glance to those around the table.
I'm not interested in gold, but honor. You have some problem with yourself, some ghost that you're chasing, something about yourself. But I will help solve it. I will help find you. I will help vanquish this. I will stand behind it. If only because I need the adventure this day.
good enough. And you, I didn't quite get your name as he looks towards Squall. Sir...
I'm Squall.
Squall. A fine name. As he clearly just is completely disinterested in your actual... As he seems more put off by the fact that you literally have air around you. And how about you, good sir? Do you seek coin? Or do you... Or are you satisfied by helping a fine man such as myself in his hour of need?
Tell me more about yourself.
What do you wish to know? My name is Logan Silverhand, from the house Silverhand. We have booming business back in the kingdom. I came here to seek opportunity, but it appears that times have been hard here, and it's just not my place. If you catch my drift.
What is it in this house that you need to leave?
There is... I had most of my belongings...
He's looking this man up and down. He looks like he's got everything he needs to leave. He's making that judgment through his eyes.
I had most of my things packed, if I'm quite fair with you. It's just that there is this chest, you know, a chest full of my more important belongings behind lock and key, and there's this key around his neck that he then shows to you. It's just a small key, nothing big. For example, the house deeds. It is my property after all. Those are in there. Some more coin, which if you desire, as he looks towards Irving once again, you perhaps may obtain for yourself if it gets done quickly and without too much of a fuss. As he looks back at Squall, as he slightly tries to still shove away from the red dragonborn next to him. And perhaps there might be other things in the chest. I am not fully... it has been a... Oh! Naturally, my diary, or no, my ledger, apologies, my ledger is in the chest, which is important for business. I would love to get that back, but every single time I get near this chest, this being appears and prevents me from reaching it. Take care of the being, take whatever you want as long as this ledger comes to me. Does this sound fair? I do not possess the sort skills required perhaps for this task, but I see that you three do.
A man in need is a dime a dozen. If you're not interested in coin, be interested because you care. Do something. Act. I'm as interested in your decision as I'm in this whelp who needs our help.
Squall just taps the table with his fist and nods. I'm in.
Irving, hearing some carriages outside the window, kind of looks over his shoulder. Very well. Sounds good enough for me as well.
All right.
But with that said, though, if you're a man of your word, you did agree that you buy us the first round, did you not? He says as he leans back in his chair.
You are indeed right. I almost forgot about that. As he like gives you like this long stare, like just a second too long. Barkeep, as the barkeep comes over, mead for all on me, and he drops just a few gold coins, which is way too much, but once again he just likes to gloat and to show off the fact that he is indeed rich. And he looks around, and he still doesn't feel comfortable with this particular group. Perhaps we seek, when do you guys think you can get this done? I would like to be away from this place before nightfall. Would it be good enough after...
Squall leans back, pushes his tankard of mead over to Irving's character, leans back and just says, "Whenever you're ready to go, show us the way."
Terribly kind of you. Irving takes his mug first and begins to sip on it deeply.
And as Logan himself takes a few good swigs, as he clearly needs it to calm himself. All right. Well, I am as good and ready to go as you are. I think we have a fine group here. Perhaps, though, do you guys need to make preparations before going into a situation? It is always good to come prepared.
Of course, of course. Why don't you meet us at the chapel in 1 hour?
Ooh, yes, the chapel. Well, it's not really a it's fine.
Whatever it be.
I understand.
Be done.
So be it. In an hour. At noon. I think that is a splendid idea. Allows me to get everything in order. And I will make sure to bring proper payment. Alright, lads, as he stands up, I see you in about an hour. And he walks off, head held high.
The second that he turns around, head held high, I stand up and jump on my table. I finish my beer and I throw my mug on the ground, and I scream out, or not scream out, but I sort of say loudly to the collective group that I've been listening to you guys on your business proposal. It sounds very interesting, especially the part about the free ale and the 100 gold pieces. But there's one thing I couldn't stop noticing is that you look like a collectively strong bunch, but I don't think you'd last very long in battle without a prospective healer. I promise you, I can hold my own. I've been drinking away my sorrows over here, as you can see. I'm probably better dressed and suited for battle than any of you guys. Look at this beautiful shield. I made it myself. Trust me, it's wonderful. So I guarantee, let me in on this. Maybe pay me 200 gold pieces, potentially. It's probably what it's worth. And take me on this adventure. I think it will do you well.
The dwarf is clearly trashed. I try and push him off the table. Get him off the table. I'm not
going for a shove.
It's not aggressive, but it's like get off the fucking table.
Okay. It's more, you're not actually forcing it. It's more like, you know, you just.
I'm trying to I'm like get down off the fucking table, dwarf. Like if he's aggressive, we'll fucking deal with that. But like I'm gonna try and push him off the table. Let's sit the fuck down.
Okay, I accept. I tell the dragon. Dragon, I will get down. I do not want to fight with my future comrades. No, let's talk about this, and this. I think this will be good. I'm not as smashed as you think. I'm just very loud.
I'm gonna put a claw over his fucking lips. Can I just like put a single claw over his fucking lip and just shut the fuck up now for a second? We're real people are gonna talk.
Squall is just shake his head at this whole scene.
With this, I'm gonna just duck down a little bit, and I assume that because of the height difference between a dwarf and a dragonborn, that's probably going to be without of his reach anyway. So unless he wants to keep following me lower,
Christ, I'm not going to pursue it. Like,
I just kind of awkwardly like.
Is it going to be this kind of nitpicky?
Get this! What is this nasty claw? Get this!
Yes.
And I just wander up to the bar. I ask, Logan, give me an ale, sir. I need a drink. This dragon's hand smelled like nether regions. Ugh.
Right.
I'm sure we're all going to get along just fine.
Well, that is at this point, this is your business. I have made my deal. I will see you guys in an hour, with or without the healer. As he walks off with a little bit more haste than he initially had anticipated. Alright, so now there's 4 people on this table. Or 3 people and a dwarf that is very excited. What do you guys do?
I look over at Irving. What say you
What do you mean, what say me?
about this dwarf?
Well, he's sitting right next to us. Perhaps we could ask him yourself.
Yeah, I just look at you guys. I'm just smiling, drinking my beer. I'm not really worried about what's going on. I'm so wound up in what has been going on with my past that I'm just kind of just there drinking and looking at you guys, like just happy that I'm involved. I'm just gonna shut up for a bit and just like be awkward. Just have let you guys talk about me, because that was just happening.
Dwarves are fine folk, in my experience. They're a bit stubborn at times, but they're always very generous when the wine is flowing.
What
Perhaps
about this one in particular? He seems a little eager.
Yeah, perhaps let him be eager then. Do you have a problem with that? What are your concerns about this dwarf?
I just want to see what the
What are you? What are you, anyways? Exactly.
What am I? Well, I may have boasted about my healing
No,
capabilities.
he's not talking to the squall because he's got the wind stuff coming off of him.
I'm okay with him jumping in on that question though.
Oh, okay.
I understand. I was listening, and the healing will be great. Trust me. I apologize, Mr. Squall. I do apologize.
Squall just nods. He's just like, okay.
Right.
Anyways.
As I was saying, what are you exactly? Gesturing, looking Squall up and down, the wisps of wind being seen as he blows smoke at your face, and it is deflected by your own aura.
Squall just watches the smoke just dissipate in his winds, and he smiles, and then he frowns, and he says, I'm touched by the plains. And that's it.
Ah. Right. Irving takes a glance between his three newfound friends and stands up. Well then, perhaps we shall see each other in an hour then.
Right.
Those who anticipate being wounded fear being wounded by the blade, while those who need a healer, I don't anticipate such. Let us join and let us fight together and not worry about such. Let us walk into this with confidence if we're gonna walk into this. Those who do it for money, do it for money. Those who do it for honor, come for honor. But let us seize this as an opportunity. Some bloke has come before us and bought us drinks. Let's go in here. Find his place, find his ghost. Get rid of it. In my experience, those who have a ghost have something to hide.
I was just about to say, it's not very often that their own lockboxes are cursed, unexpectedly.
Not at all.
He did seem like he was hiding something. He was not very forthcoming about himself.
Hide something, we shall find it. All of us.
I agree. He did offer quite a pretty penny for us to go on this quest, so it must mean a lot to him.
I wouldn't like this ghost to haunt whoever takes this place over when he leaves anyway. So let's go.
Alright, so you guys are going to this supposed chapel, or are you guys doing something else? Because you have an hour. Like, do you guys just hang out, drink, or just get ready and go into the chapel when time is ready? When the time is there?
I'm gonna lift the dwarf up by the collar. I think he's still sitting down, sort of under the table.
Dwarf!
Yes.
Yes. Sail. Why
Sail?
don't you go get us a bit more?
Throw him towards the bar.
Yeah, I give him a nasty look as I land on my feet and stumble a little bit and catch myself, and I say, "Barkeep, 1 ale, please." And I grab one for myself, pay the man, and come back and say, "You didn't give me any money." I don't buy beer or drink for free for no man. I know we were getting this for free from the person who just hired us, but not with that attitude. My goodness, who do you think I am? I'm probably 3 times your age. It's the reason I'm so senile.
Attitude. Dwarves with attitude.
It's interesting, I understand.
Irving pushes himself back a few feet in his chair, making room.
Wall just readjusts himself in his weapon, watching these two.
With that, I just get up, I go back to the bar, and I buy 3 more ales, and I bring them back and just lay them down and sit down sit back down and then just start drinking my own ale, and then that's what I do.
All right. So everybody sticks around and drinks some ale as time continues. And with that, I think we will take our first break of the evening as an hour has passed. Fresh and ready to go to see what lurks in this haunted house when we come back in a bit. Hopefully.
Maybe. Hopefully. Don't mute us all this time.